And I also see the promised land. I see change. Whether our President Irfan Ali, Vice President Jagdeo, the opposition leader Harmon, or Mr. Granger like it or not, they will have to demand change. You people have been talking about protests. Well, now I am calling on all of you to join me in that protest. Enough is enough. We have the worst oil contract on earth for the last 100 years with less than 2% royalty. Countries will get 12.5% royalty on their oil and profit sharing. Half of their population living like animals, and we get 2%. What you expect us to live? We will be living worse than animals. Guyanese, what you expect we going to live like? Just think about that one for now. But I want to tell you guys, it's not going to happen in this country. Not under my dead body. That's going to happen in this land. We have a contract with ExxonMobil and their partners, which states clearly, and I want to read it for you guys. This agreement shall not be amended or modified in any respect, except by written agreement entered into by all parties, which shall state the date upon which the amendment or modification shall become effective. Guys, what that simply means, if both parties agreed, then you can sit down and negotiate, renegotiate. It means the contract can be renegotiated. It can change. And let me say clear, even if it didn't have that provision, any contract can change in this world. So don't buy that bull nonsense. Ask your leaders why they're not asking for change. Mr. Kaieteur Radio of Trinidad and Tobago renegotiated their oil contract recently, and the man said very clear, any contract that benefits one side and one side only is not a contract. I am not only asking my leaders, I am telling the leaders of Guyana, ExxonMobil and all of them, that this contract has to change. And Lall will bring about that change starting tonight. So I am putting all the leaders on notice. I am getting out in the streets, and I want all of you to join with me in saying, give us the rightful share. Give us the rightful share. Trinidad Prime Minister said, we God-given share. I am saying we God-given rightful share. If the water, Guyanese, brothers and sisters, if the water in your pool is allowed to be drained out, let me ask you, how you and your children will swim? Well, that's what's happening with these secret oil contracts and all the rest of contracts. Them draining out the water from the Guyana pool and leave us dry. Nothing for our children and our children's to swim in. Guyana, if your neighbor drain out your pool with the water, how your children gonna swim? On the tile or on the concrete flooring? Or they gonna go and pay for swim at your neighbor? You tell me that. Or they gonna turn a beggar for beg the neighbor for a bucket water for brush their teeth and bathe or wash their behind. That is already happening with us here, brothers and sisters. Them emptying Guyana pool and they're throwing back a few buckets of water, and then they turn around and call that a helping hand they're giving at you. Carrying away the bread and throwing back the crumbs. And you happy. Our leader wants us to be happy with that. So you guys got to wake up, please. It is clear as day. You don't need firewood or candle to see in the night what you can see so clear in the day, ladies and gentlemen. No. The leaders of this land is selling out our country with IODs inside, in which are you going to become slaves all over again. They got a song. I listened to it a couple times. It says, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Ta-dan, ta-dan, tam, ta-dam. Yes, that's a beautiful song. You don't know what you have until it's gone. You should listen to that song. Renegotiation of all our contract is a must. Please hear that. Yes, a must, not maybe or should be. It's a must. Most of you guys out there believe that the politicians of this land is your savior. You trust them, and it's okay to trust people who you look up to as leaders, who you want to lead you, who you believe will make the right choices, the right decisions for your country and yourself. Well, tonight, let me say this loud and clear. The leaders of this land is Guyana's biggest problem. And if you guys can't wake up to this reality, then all of you will left to suck salt. Mark my words. If you don't know what you have, then you can never know what is lost. We're the richest per capita in the world, and we borrow money to pay salaries, man. What is going on in this land? If you don't know what you're worth, then I'm sorry for all of you guys. I can't help it anymore. I asked a woman last night if she would stay quiet. If Jagde or Harmon take away she home and give it away to someone else. I asked her what she would do. She said none of them can do that. She will fight and die for that. She said she worked hard for it night and day, and no one can take it away. It's she own. I love the spirit in that woman. And I love how she thinks. I asked another woman if she would allow anybody to take away she bag, snatch she bangle. She said, Glenn, you're crazy. I will fight for it. I asked her father if he would stand by and allow anybody to fetch out things from his home that he owns and don't say anything. He was like, Glenn, are you mad? Fetch out my things from my home? Somebody got dead. That's what he said. I asked a girl if someone snatched her bag. She said she would do everything to get it back. She would holler and shout to get help. One of my staff told me that. How she gonna holler and fight and shout for help. Well, this is where we are as a country, Guyanese. That's exactly where we are. Not as a home, a purse, or something we own. It is beyond that. It is that we have more than 10 mansions, 10 Mercedes-Benz waiting for us to drive and live in and have huge bank accounts. Not only for you, but all your children too. But you guys don't know it. Yes, you don't know it. You are even richer than that, but you don't know it. Every drop of oil out there is me and you own. It's worth in the billions, but you don't know it. That is what I want to tell you tonight. We got to fight for that. The police, the soldiers, the pensioners, the teachers, the nurses, all the public servants doesn't know that their salaries can be tripled overnight and they can own a mansion and a Mercedes-Benz with the wealth that belongs to them. Nobody has to live. Nobody has to live in a renting house. Guys, you hear me? Many of you don't know that your light bills, water bill, and even your drinking bills all can be free. No, none of you knows that. Some of our leaders don't even know that too, with the wealth we own in this country. Yes, the wealth me and you own in this country. But you guys don't know it. Because if you guys had known it, you would have been just like those people I talk about. Ready to fight and protect everything. Yep. You know, I have a staff that says she would holler and shout if somebody take away her thing. That is what I want to hear from you guys tonight. From every single citizen of this country. We gotta holler and shout that we are being robbed and raped every day of our mansions, our bangles, our Mercedes-Benz. Lall and the Kaieteur News is hollering and shouting every day. But we can't do it alone, brothers and sisters. We need, we want, we are begging all of you to join me and the Kaieteur team to holler and shout to get back what is being snatched away from all of us. Please, guys, I beg you. ExxonMobil and all the rest of the oil companies and every single one of them in our gold and our diamond and bauxite industry is carting away your Mercedes-Benz, your mansion, your bangles, your bank book, your wealth. And you guys are all silent. Our leaders are silent. The leaders that you trust and voted for, they are silent. Why? Why, brothers and sisters? Why? Well, the time has come in which we cannot stay silent any longer. The contract allows and dictates renegotiation. Let me read it back again to you. This agreement shall not be amended or modified in any respect except by written agreement entered into by all parties, which shall state the date upon which the amendment or modification shall become effective. You guys going to continue to be silent? What are you going to leave for your children and grandchildren when the people fetch out the bed and the chair and the wardrobe, the zinc sheet, the step, the walls, and everything off your house? Please, guys. Please. That's what they're doing. Your children will end up living on an empty land. Yes. That's where your children will be living. So how much longer will all of us, all of you sit down silently and watch them doing this? As your trusted leaders stand guard and help them to do it to you. Tell me. Tell me. Because they're quiet. Not a word you're hearing from them. Tonight, as I am shouting, I want to tell you that the speed in which they are emptying the house, snatching away the bangles, and better salaries, we cannot, we should not, we must not, as brothers and sisters, allow it to happen any longer. We should not. You have to join me Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. just for 5 minutes. I need your support. I want your backing. Our leaders are in bed with these foreigners, living in fancy hotels and mansions every night, doing and planning more and more evil, devious and wicked things against us. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to talk about it Wednesday. The oil company, the head of the Hess Corporation, John Hess, met secretly with Irfan Ali and Jagdeo, talking about Lisa 4. I'm going to speak on that Wednesday. I have seen this game played out in many parts of the world. I have seen how hundreds of millions of ordinary citizens living worse than dogs. I've seen it in India, Ghana, Nigeria, Chad, Papua New Guinea, all over Africa and many other Asian countries, guys. That can't happen here. It must not happen here as long as we live to our true motto: one people, one nation, and one destiny. As long as we embrace this national virtue, we can together right all these wrongs, correct this attitude. Our leaders will not. They will not, because their silence tells it all. I have texted them again, asking them, when will this nation know the interest rate we are paying on the loan that we have sitting out there? I asked them when this country will have full insurance. I asked them to tell this nation how much money Exxon is taking out up front for cleanup 20 years from now. And I have received no answer from any one of them. Like I said, I didn't ask Ramjatan, but I sent him and he did not even respond. I asked him back if he loses his tongue. Today the Kaieteur News carried a story which says 10 years, after 10 years of oil spill and 71 billion American dollars spent to clean up, scientists find oil and chemicals in 91 species of fish. I'll be talking a little more on that Wednesday. Guyana will never even see 71 billion in its lifetime on the oil we have out there with that contract. And Guyana still don't have full cover insurance. You hear that? You hear that? The people spend 71 billion to clean up. Yep. And Guyana still don't have insurance, full insurance. I glanced at the Stabrook News today, and the lead story in the paper says, thousands of relief hamper being prepared as flooding reported in all the regions. I gotta laugh with these things. You people for real in this country? Don't be surprised to hear Exxon and them oil company them pitch in with a few hampers too. The whole country will say, oh, wow, look how Exxon them good to me. They will help you with a hamper. This is our country. Continue living like beggars. Wow. Beautiful Guyana this is. Please join me Wednesday morning for my first protest at 9 o'clock. I don't want none of you come out in the streets. We're not taking the streets as yet. I will tell you how to do it just now. Let me repeat. The ExxonMobil contract is the worst contract on planet Earth Guyana got. I have said many times, I asked Mark Bino, the former head of the Energy Department, and several of our leaders, including ExxonMobil, privately and publicly, to name one contract, one oil contract that resembles ours, that was thrown on us. The Guyana contract. I haven't heard back from Bino or anybody. A matter of fact, all our leaders are deafening this degrading, disrespectful contract. Why? Why you guys hiding? Guyana, why? Them take the oil people money. Yeah, some of them take the oil people money. Well, I want to say this tonight. Whoever take the people money, got to give them back. Because this contract has to change. It must change. This provision, this contract has a provision, a clause in which it is stated clearly that, and let me read it again, man. This agreement shall not be amended or modified in any respect, except by written agreement entered into by all parties, which shall state the date upon which the amendment or modification shall become effective. It means both parties have to sit down and agree. Yes. Then you can then you can begin to negotiate or renegotiate or kick out some of those clauses that spells doom or disaster for this country. The one that says they can take out too much money for clean up. And many other things inside. Now, you tell me, brothers and sisters, if that option is available with the worst contract on earth, in which we give away we rear end and now using we ribs to mess, then why wouldn't we want to sit back and recover we behind? People, Josh, why wouldn't you want to recover it? Something is wrong, people. Something is definitely wrong with those trusted leaders you have. Y'all better check and see what is going on in their pockets or their bank accounts. what myself, the Kaieteur News staff, and many other oil experts, including prime ministers and presidents, have been talking about in this contract is enough evidence to show clearly that your trusted leaders are not there for you. They are not there for us. They are not there for me. As such, we have to take matters into our own hands. And you have been calling for protests. Well, Glenn Lall is ready to lead that way. I am ready to lead that protest. The world is talking about Guyana and how much wealth we have here. We are on top of the world. We are not number 3 anymore. We are number 1 per capita. Ask your leaders, they will tell you. And we, our trusted leaders, still have to go borrow 100 billion out of the 300 billion in the 2021 budget to pay salaries and pension, man? No, man, you can't be serious, man. You can't be serious. Are you not running a courts business, eh? Are you so rich and you borrow money for pay pension and pay salaries? Gosh, no, man. No. No. No, this thing is impossible what's happening in this land. You borrow money for feed with children. Borrow money for put biscuit in the lunch kit. This little money where you're giving them can't even buy a tin of milk for their picnic. The salary you guys getting, some of you can't even pay the light bill, phone bill, water bill, much less are your rent. And are you staying quiet on this thing, man? No, please don't. No. No. ExxonMobil got our leaders wrapped around their little fingers. And them turn around and wrapping you around the same way. Them swinging you with their little fingers, telling you how contract can't be renegotiated. And all of them sit down. And all of them sit down, buying this wicked, evil, and nasty lie. Y'all see what these people doing to y'all? Joshua? Yes. Are you see what these leaders doing to y'all? What these trusted leaders doing? Huh? We get 327 million since oil start in December 2019. We can't even fix the road from Georgetown to Timeri. What the oil company them broke up. We can't know the interest rate we paying on the inflated projects they have out there. We don't know none of the loan conditions. We don't even know who they borrow the money from and what deal they got in it. We don't know how much money them taking out for cleanup. We don't know who checking the oil as it comes up out there. We don't know who checking the oil as it ship out. Imagine, we have to give them 1 month notice for go and check the books. You hear that? And if 2 years pass, we have no more rights to check them books. You understand what's going on there? Yes. We got to give a man 1 month notice for go check we business book. Me and you doing business, and me have to give you 1 month notice to tell you to come check the book, where you got 50% profit in. You hear what go along in this land? Yeah. We don't have insurance to save a crapo in this land, much as me and you. We don't know the daily costs of operation out there. We don't know the price, what they're paying for rent them floating ships. I am told 50,000. 50,000 for them little boat they're renting per day, whether it work or not. And this is 50,000 American dollars. You hear me? We don't know the price we're paying for the helicopters flight every 15 minutes out to Ogle. We don't know nothing. We just accepting bills and paying. And Sam Hines telling we should be happy. That man who run this country as a president and the longest prime minister in the Caribbean. Now they make him ambassador to Washington. Oh my gosh. Man, the Prime Minister of Trinidad, Kaieteur Radio, said, no contract is set in stone. The man said any contract can be renegotiated. Listen carefully as to what some of your trusted leaders said. I will begin with Raphael Trotman. He's one of the trusted leaders in the AFC. The man said, before I tell you, he's just the man who signed the 2016 contract. He said, the government of Guyana believes in the sanctity of contract, and given all the circumstances, he sees no justification to the suggestion that the 2016 contract is an improper contract. Hear he said it? Hear that? He's still saying that he see no justification that this is an improper contract. And this is the man who get a degree from the best university in the world on contract negotiation and renegotiation. Hear what our opposition leader said. The now trusted opposition leader, when he was Minister of State above Raphael Trotman, he said when them go in office, we made it clear that we respect the sanctity of contracts. Hear that? Oh man, oh. Sanctity means it's signed in stone, brothers and sisters. And he accept that. Listen what Ashley Singh said. The senior finance minister within the office of the president with responsibility for finance said when asked, if Guyana was getting a fair share of its revenue from its oil deals, no, let me go back there please, I made a mistake. If Guyana was getting a fair share of its revenue from its oil deals, he said, what Guyana gets is already dictated by the contract, and that we have to work with them and to make the best of them. Hear the man say? You gotta work with it, you gotta live with it, you gotta take that. Yes, the guru. Sam Hines. Is he just like Sam Hines? Yeah. He said we have to settle for whatever we get. Here the former vice president, and now the former president and now vice president on record saying contracts are sacrosanct, must be respected, and that the U.S. oil exploration company, ExxonMobil, has a right to make money on its investments. My gosh. Oh my gosh. What investments, Mr. Jagdeo? The investments out there is bank loans that Exxon took on Guyana that we have to pay. You hear me, sir? Exxon or none of them put money out there out of their pocket. They've been and take loans. So stop telling people this nonsense. But oil company investment, they have to make money. You're talking like a little kid. My 9-year-old grandchild will not speak like that. ExxonMobil been and borrow that $20 billion. Them said they spend out there. And we are paying that loans, Guyana. Every one of us through our oil. So where is Exxon investment, Mr. Jagdeo? And Sam Hines? Because he too said people has come here and invest. Oh my gosh. You guys need help. You guys need help. You need help to stop these people from raping this land. December 20, 2019. Here was the oil guru, Charles Ramsden Jr., who studied 2 years in England, said that he will not advise his party to renegotiate the Stabroek Block PSA because of contract sanctity again. The word sanctity means he signed in stone. He signed with blood. You show this man, Dwayne, you show this man in a study island gas? To come back here to tell this nation this thing? You're a lawyer? Nah, man, something's wrong. Chairman of the party, the AFC party, Kemraj Ramjatan and David Patterson, they had a press conference together, said the government has to abide by the non-disclosure clause within the existing contract with U.S. oil giant ExxonMobil. Ramjatan said his party has noted the public criticism on the issue, but believes that his party has not departed from the original principles of the party. You hear that? It means them stick with that. Sanctity, you know, move. You don't sign them. He body say partner sign them. Raphael Trotman. This is what Carl Greenidge, the smartest of them all. Wow. Carl Greenidge. Wow, he a wine and a dine, man. He a jump from party to party. He said, I think any fool can answer that question. That's what he said. I think any fool can answer that question. The Prime Minister gave you an answer. But I think that the question that really should have been asked is what followed. Whether Trinidad or anyone else has ever negotiated a contract, and what have been the consequences as viewed by Trinidad and Tobago oil companies. Yes, this smart man Carl Greenidge. Let me tell you this, sir. Trinidad Prime Minister renegotiated their contracts and is raking in millions on it right now as I speak. So don't bring that nonsense to me or to this country, these people. No, don't do that. Don't you ever do that, Carl Greenidge. Your eyes past this country and its people. As for our president, the man himself, the man of the moment, he told the audience in their 2020 campaign rally at Anna Regina on the Essequibo Coast that his government would keep Exxon contract intact, but review and push for renegotiation of others signed after 2015. Here we say, he gonna push to renegotiate all the contracts that signed after 2015. Well, Mr. Smartman Ali, the Exxon PSA was signed in 2016 by Raphael Trotman. You hear that? So the nation can expect that you will push for that renegotiation very soon, right? Yeah. You said anything signed after 2015. Well, Raphael Trotman signed in 2016. So let me thank you in advance, Mr. President. He said that at his rally. In February, he went on an online radio, what I like for Ron go and talk on. And he was asked about a contract. And you hear You got to hear what he say. I will play his words so you will hear what he say for your own ears. Play that thing for me quickly.
And thank you, Mr. President, for staying on with us. Mr. President, in the last session, you touched a little on your visit to Suriname. And I know you visited the oil and gas sector there in Suriname. In your view, what is your government assessment of the production sharing agreement that we have now with Exxon in the Stabroek Block?
Well, we have addressed this issue, Mr. Sugran. We have a production sharing agreement that is in force. We have committed to a process on the way forward, especially when we are negotiating new PSAs. And you will see marked difference in the negotiation of new PSAs. We have to look forward. We have to now move forward, look at ways in which we can have better PSAs. And one of the things we are doing, though, in relation to the existing PSAs, is to ensure we maximize local content. And that is where really we can ensure that there is great benefit rebounding to the local population. So very shortly, we'll be launching a national consultation on the local content policy. You know, we had set up a body, a group, an advisory panel to look at the local content. So we now have a draft policy that we will launch for national consultation, in which we will invite all the stakeholders. So very, very key and critical is to look at the existing circumstances and to try to maximize the benefits that is available there for Guyanese. But the future PSAs, of course, will take the new realities into consideration and will be tremendously different, because then we are now talking from a position of strength. We know what is there, okay? In relation to Suriname, you know, they have a refinery there. So a lot of people ask the question, why not a refinery in Guyana? We have made it very clear that this is something for the private sector to look at. The government will create the enabling environment, but these are investments, I think, that the private sector would have to make. I'm very confident that with the environment in which we are creating, wherever there exists opportunities for investment in the value-added chain or the downstream side of things, that you will see those investments being made. What I can tell you is that there is tremendous interest, enthusiasm, and confidence in what we are doing now. And as a result, we're seeing almost all the major international investors looking into our direction and are opening up a conversation with us.
And Mr. President, I don't want us to conflate the local content policy with the existing agreement that we have with Exxon. As you would recall, that Chatham House and other professional bodies, they're of the view that Guyana is likely to lose about 55 billion US dollars based on the existing contract with the Stabroek Block alone. Is your government of the view that this is a good projection, or is it not?
Well, first of all, we have made our views on this public already. We have already said where we are in terms of this production sharing agreement, what we have inherited, the sanctity of contract. We have spoken about areas that, and we have spoken at length about this, areas that could have been better, but we have a PSA that exists. We have to ensure we work on getting the best out of what is there and ensuring the future PSAs, which I can assure you will be far different, because we know we're operating from a different perspective now.
Thank you, Dr. Rose.
Cut him off. Guys, brothers and sisters, you heard him for yourself. He ran away from the question. He skirted around the question and talking the same nonsense again. And we will see a marked difference in the negotiation of new PSAs, new oil contract. Mr. Ali, we don't need marked difference in the new PSAs. The country needs the marked difference in the ExxonMobil PSA, which is more than half of Guyana's oil block. And it have ways to bring about the change, Mr. Ali. Please don't tell this nation about other PSAs. The country needs to know about the ExxonMobil contract and why you not renegotiating it when it has clause that gives you the power to say, negotiate. I told you guys it's the worst contract on earth. Why you're not negotiating it? Come on, Ali. No, man. No. Nobody wants to hear about maximizing local content. That is couscous money. Where the people can buy little bowl and bhaji and potato in the market. We want 50% royalty on our wealth. Not that 2%, Ali. We want our God-given right. Buying bowl and bhaji will be great benefit for who, man? Buying little roti from Shanta roti shop. That gonna be great benefit. That is local content. People don't want to hear about local content, bro. We want a national consultation, not on local content, but on the royalty and the investment them putting out there, the money they're borrowing there. That is consultation we need to sit down and look at and talk about that. How much money they're taking out for cleaning up and the interest rate we're paying, for talk about insurance, Mr. Ali. Mr. Jagdeo been giving arm, and now you saying when you're talking. When asked the questions, you're coughing. We're gonna have to get out in the streets and say, too. I will lead that protest. The man asked him about refinery for Guyana. But he want to throw that another dead donkey upon local people. He said that the local private sector must take charge of that. This man just doesn't know what he's talking about. A refinery in Guyana? A refinery is for a fool in this country. I don't think anybody with an ounce of business sense will talk about refinery in Guyana. Not even an idiot. St. Croix have one and shut down there right now. St. Croix. Trinidad barely making a little penny with it because that was their business all their lifetime. You understand? They would have got long-term contracts signed. What are you doing with refinery? To refine what? What are you refining? What are you refining, Mr. Ali? He said all the major international investors are coming here. Mr. Ali, I would like you to get one of them to do the refinery. I will help support it.
Let them pay for it.
Yeah. The same nonsense you just talk about. Man, you guys, oh my God. I wish you guys had some business sense. You tell the locals to go and invest in refinery when you should have been telling them to go invest in boats. What are renting out there? Yep. And supply chain of transportation, like trucks and so on. set up local supply centers, like helicopter pads and stuff like that. You're telling them to go fix refinery? To refine what? Your stomach? No, brother, this thing is not laughable. This is serious business.
Yes.
This country only got couple crap who living in it. This country, we gonna refine and do with it. Crap, what is eat oil? Come on, guys. Come on, man. That's like asking Donald Trump to come put a hotel in the middle of Albaison. Yes. The man asked him about the $55 billion that they left on the renegotiation table when they were signing the contract.
Yes.
He coughed
Ain't answering that.
and said, we got a working contract that we got to work with. We have to get the best out of it. I'm gonna back talking. It means the contract in his mind dead. He's not gonna ask for renegotiation. Guys, we gotta get out in the streets and show them that they have to change the contract.
Yes.
We will make them change it. Together we will. Yes, we can. We can if we do it together. A Canadian friend texted me this morning, Mr. Ali. He said, Glenn, it seems to him that the past and present government are still maintaining Guyana. The friend said, I see signs of development. I don't see signs of development. I see signs of maintenance. He said government are often confused with those two words, maintenance and development. That is exactly what all of them in this country been doing. Maintaining. Yes. You have a zinc sheet that needs changing? Yes, they must change it. You have a toilet bowl that leaking? They must paste the toilet bowl. That's how they all been running this country. Maintenance. Where is the development? They're bringing hotels instead of bringing hotels. Find out who bring in the hotels. We're going to be slaves in the hotels. Them going to own it.
There's no security guards.
This newspaper did go through 132 contracts and none resembles ours. All of them got 12.5% in royalties with profit sharing and half of them population starving. What do you think will happen to us, guys?
2%.
We get 2%. We get 2%. A woman texts me and says, Glenn, Guyanese getting poorer when we should be the richest among the world.
Yes.
You guys remember how oil companies just wrap around governments and countries around the little finger? Yeah, man, I talked about it earlier. I spoke about it Friday too. All the leaders of nations that haven't had oil are stinking rich.
Yes.
Isabella de Santos, she's the richest woman in Africa from Angola. And three-quarters of the citizens of that country are live with less than 300 Guyana dollars a day. Her father was the president. Robert Passad is in New York talking about saving democracy, protecting democracy. He forget that word democracy comes with accountability and transparency. I wish I'd been there. I would ask him who he gave the 2 oil blocks to. He went till to New York to speak about democracy. He remember what democracy is, but can't remember the names of the people who get the 2 oil blocks, Kaieteur and Kanji. What a shame. What a shame. He forget accountability and transparency, what it means for democracy of the peoples of this country wealth, me and you own. I am surprised that Robert Prasad remember democracy and can't remember the freaking names of people who they give away the Isle Blacks to. And they're hell-bent on going through with more oil deals, the Lisa 4. Where is the change, Dr. Ali? What happened? You talk about change from 2015. Nothing done with Lisa 3, Payara. And you're now talking in secret with Lisa 4. This country needs leaders to work for you and me, Guyana. And you need leaders to work for y'all. 2 of my staff asked me yesterday, boss, them going to spend out the little Isle money was sitting in America too? I had to laugh. I had to laugh. I said to them, guys, do not, and listen to me carefully, brothers and sisters, do not focus your mind, your energy on that little couscous money we have there. Let us don't focus our energies there. That isn't important. Let us don't focus on the little thieving here and there and everywhere, them going on with. We as a people, as Guyanese, have to start changing our focus and begin to focus on the gold fields, on the oil fields, in the diamond fields. That is where your eyes and your brains should be focused. Because at the end of the day, when that is emptied, then where is Guyana? What all of us will be eating? Pure grass. If we gonna got any. Yes. Trinidad and Tobago. All the African, Asian and Arabian countries all got caught up and lose every single bit of their wealth, their resources, their gold, their diamond, their bauxite and everything. Like I said, Trinidad and Tobago oil finish and a little gas left. Them now realize what happened, but it's too late. I said the TT Prime Minister renegotiate the contract. He is now hustling to catch up with a few dollars where he lose out on the oil. We as a people have to start focusing on our gold, our bauxite and our oil fields, and correct the mistakes that's inside those contracts. Correct everything so that we people can feed ourselves and don't have to go borrow money to pay salaries and pension. Like I said, when everything is done, when the oil tanks is empty and your gold field is emptied, Guyanese will be eating grass. You're giving away your money to the foreign people to drive Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, and flying in private jet and live the life of kings and queens. And you are driving old car and donkey cart, begging for food. Is this fair, man? And we are so rich on top of the world today. We wearing rubber slippers, riding bicycles, while the foreigners wearing Nike, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton with your money. What is going on, man? Them a build cities with fancy skyscrapers and highways to reach the moon and the stars with your money. While we government using the couscous money to patch up we road and fix we well, while give we all that dirty water. Is this country for real? Guys, we have to demand 50% royalty because we want water, we want roads, we want lights, we want skyscrapers, we want massive cities too. What do you say, man?
Yes.
Right now, the citizens of this country can't live with the paycheck them collecting, with the borrow money. Can't put biscuits in the children lunch kits. The money they're giving you guys can't even buy a proper clothes, much as to pay your rent. Soon, people will be walking on the streets without underwear, much less develop a country. Like I said, brothers and sisters, when the pool is drained, when it is empty, where will you and your children swim? Where? Guyana. I have been speaking every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the last 6 months. I have been receiving numerous calls and text messages about Lall. When will you begin the protests to demand a fair share of our resources? Lall, when will we see a renegotiation of the contract? I have listened to your pleas and I am now ready. And this is what I want from all of you. I am ready to take on this fight with you. I need your support. Are you willing and ready to fight with me for a better Guyana that will triple your salaries and triple your pension package? One that can really give us the life the people are living in Dubai? Well, the time has come for us to end poverty in this country. In the words of our national song, can we do it? Yes, we can. Yes, we will. We can do it. Yes. If we do it together, we are going to hit the streets because of COVID. We're not going to hit the streets because of COVID regulations. We have to abide by this. What Lall wants to see from all of you is this. Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., please leave your home, your workplace. Come out on the road. Stand up, call your neighbor. And I stand up and gab for 5 minutes. Talk about renegotiation of this oil contract. And going back your house. Before you do that, please, I beg you, take a photograph and send it on social media. Send it to me. Send it all over so that our leaders can know that we are serious. This contract must not have us going to beg for money for our yearly budget. No, it must not. Let us demand our fair share from our wealth with a renegotiation of this contract. Guys, if you're driving, please blow your horn from 9 o'clock to 9:05 and let our leaders know that we mean business. Yes. Let ExxonMobil and all them oil players, all the foreigners in our gold, diamond and bauxite fields understand that our children of this country needs to eat, not to beg. If you want change, get out Wednesday morning, please. Please get out and demand a help. Demand a change. Demand a renegotiation. Demand. I don't need anything. from anyone. I am a blessed child. But man, you guys have to help yourself too. Please. God bless you guys. Good night and thanks for listening. I'm waiting on some of those photos that y'all will be sending me from Essequibo, Berbice, and all across Guyana. Thank you. Wow. Wow, James, this thing is unthinkable, James. It is unthinkable, Guyana.
You take this stand.
Hmm?
About time you take that stand.
It is unthinkable.
Yeah.
Guyana, it is unthinkable. Please. Please. The phone line's open. You can call my cell phone too. 624-6456. You can call it on WhatsApp if you don't have credit. Some people don't have credit to even call you.
That's true.
This is what this country gone to.
For those of you who want to join us on the online,
Huh?
it's 226-7453 and 226-7454.
Wow.
You have a call online, Raj? All right, that
Wow.
number.
Wow. Wow. I am tired with this thing.
Caller, good evening to you. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Wish to make a contribution.
Thank
right?
you. Go ahead.
But
Good
it
night.
might not be directly related to the oil industry that you're discussing, right?
Brother, we are talking about our wealth, our resources, your pocket. Let me tell you guys this. Every one of us in this land is losing $1 million. $1 million we are losing in this country every month. But you guys don't know it.
Okay.
You don't know it. We gotta fight for it. We gotta fight for it. All right?
That's right. I agree with you. But,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, Vincent.
Yeah, can I proceed?
Yeah, you just call me?
Yeah. I am telling this nation, Vincent, that every citizen of this country is losing $1 million, more than $1 million from their pocket with this oil contract. And we have to fight and stand up and bind together to bring about a change with this Exxon contract. You have any contribution?
No, I've always maintained that we need to renegotiate the contract.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've maintained that from day one, and anybody who looks at that contract objectively would say the same thing.
You-
We need to,
You mean any fool?
we need to, and this is not discouraging investment, but then it needs to be done fairly, where, we own the resources, and obviously we can't exploit it ourselves, so we ask Exxon to come in to exploit it for us. But, we need to get a fair shake for the stuff that we own.
Exactly. Vince, I kind of want to get on your, inside your bone little. What kind of investment? These people are not bringing any money here. These people are borrowing money on us. So there is no investment these people coming here with. What they are coming with is their skill, their ability.
Yeah.
The oil is ours. They went to the bank and borrow money on behalf of our wealth.
Yeah.
So you guys got to be careful when I hear you using this word, this term, investments. All right?
Yeah.
I take offense to that
Yeah. I know.
because our leaders are misleading the nation. Jagdeo himself says Exxon got to make money on their investment. I talked about it earlier. I don't know if you listened to it, but they're
It's the government investment too, because we paying the bill for all the cost of the drilling and everything else.
exactly it's our investment, man.
Yeah.
It's our investment. And Vince, you gotta help fight on this thing. Wednesday morning, I plan a protest.
Okay.
Get out your family. You're in the States. Get out your family 9 o'clock and stand up and take a photograph and just send it to me. We need to send it to the world. The world need to see that we mean business, and we have to get a renegotiation of this contract. I will not sit back and idle. My mouth cannot close if we don't get a renegotiation of this contract.
No, I think renegotiation is that. But you know what, I could be wrong here, Glenn. And obviously I know, John, I don't know if you've covered this, but at least what I've been reading is that the current administration at one time had talked about supporting renegotiation when they're in the opposition.
Exactly. They did talk about renegotiation. They promised this country that they will go in and renegotiate the Rafael contract he signed with Exxon.
Yeah.
And as soon as they go in, they're skirting around and coughing and ducking and hiding and giving arm whenever these questions are posed to them.
You know, but the thing is, Glenn, again, and I keep repeating, the one thing that I am really puzzled about, you know, is why are we so afraid that, I guess, for want of a better word, to even approach Exxon about renegotiations?
Yeah.
Exxon cannot refuse and will not refuse.
I know that.
Can. And it says in the contract, it says that. It says that, you know, both parties have to agree.
That's
but
right.
Are you telling me if the government of Guyana says, hey, you know something, I don't think I'm getting a fair shake here. You need to renegotiate this contract. Do you think that Exxon is gonna tell this government, no, we're not?
Exxon have no say right now, brother. Trust me. And the government will have no say right now. We will wake up this country. The people of this country, I know, cannot take this anymore. You cannot be the richest country on earth per capita and borrowing money, Vince, to pay salaries. No way we will take it. I don't care.
We're leaving too much on the table here. This year, oil is only going to be around for, you know, maybe 30 years, probably 25, 30 years. And
exactly.
When they're gone, what are we going to be left with, you know?
Exactly. That was my topic tonight.
What are we going to be left with? Are we going to be left with
the grass?
You know,
we will left with grass.
What are we going to be left with?
We will be grazing like animals on grass. Yeah. Thank you, Vince. We must have a renegotiation. So please, I want some photographs Wednesday morning, and I will do it every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 9 o'clock, until we bring about a change. And I have plenty other things planned, but I'm not going to say it tonight. Changes have to come.
Maybe the government ought to explain to the people why explain why they changed their position when in opposition, based on what I read anyway.
Yeah.
They were clamoring or saying that they support renegotiation. So what changed between then and now?
Vince, I believe some of them take the pay. And if you take a man money, then you got to dance their tune. That's true, man? You don't have to answer. You can just laugh. That's fine.
Yeah, no,
That's my belief. Because there is no way on earth that you have the worst contract and you people starving and you not even open your mouth and say, hey, Exxon, listen guys, no, we can't settle for this thing. But you talking about other contract to come, you're gonna make sure you fill the gaps. You don't make the same mistakes. Well, I've said to them clearly, no, we will not accept that mistake from Exxon. Exxon block, the Stabroek block is too huge with our resources.
That's almost everything. The Stabroek block is, you know, that's where the big exploration. And
Yes.
You don't know what's going to come out of the other block.
Yes, it's almost everything. It's almost everything we got.
There's no uncertainties. We know that the Stabroek block, and there's a reason, you know, why Exxon went to the Stabroek block, and that's where all the most of the discoveries they're producing. We know that for sure.
Exactly.
So you know, all of that is covered in that one contract.
Exactly. They have the bulk of our oil, our wealth in their hands, and all our leaders are saying, man, we're not going to renegotiate that. No, guys, no way. No way Glenn Lall will sit back quiet and allow y'all to do that to the people of this country. No way. No way, Vince. No way. I'll be speaking in my dream, not only on the radio. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vince. Have a good night. Don't forget.
Thank you.
I want to get a picture from you and your family. Thanks. Bye. Here, the man said. Man said the Starbucks block, right? Has the most oil. Actually have everything. You know? Man, it's too much, man. It's too much.
Call good evening. All right. Let's take another call. Call good evening to you. Lost that one. Call good evening. Call good evening to you.
Don't forget to send me those photos.
Good night.
Good night to you, sir.
Good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night.
I would like to be in the protest, but I don't have smartphone to send pictures and all them. I have them stupid phones.
Ask
Not
your neighbor,
smartphone.
sir.
But I will be waiting for when the protest on the road come.
Sir.
Because I know.
Sir.
This will. Aye.
Sir, listen to me. Don't get upset. Listen to me carefully.
I listen.
Get your family, get your neighbors out. Get some children with a smartphone to take a photograph and let's put it up on social media. Let the world see.
But
Okay?
all my neighbors is PVP and they don't even like your program.
Sir,
So I can't call them out.
Sir, this thing has not about PPP. You still call them out.
They won't come. They don't talk that I listen to stupid program.
Wow. Well, listen, man.
And I tell them it's the most sensible program and any program they listen.
Well, listen to me, sir. Listen
Well,
to
I
me.
say, when the road protest start, I want to, because you know why? I want me money. You understand me?
Sir.
Because
Sir.
I drive fancy car too.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, stop saying that what you're saying there, man. Go to a neighbor, call them out and say, send me a photograph. When the real
All right.
protests come, you will join. That's fine. Okay? Let's get going.
Good.
Next.
Because I know they're not nothing like COVID, but I will come on the street and protest myself. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Call good evening to you.
I want to hear.
Yes, I'd like to ask Mr. Lall a question.
Go ahead.
This contract that are being signed, and we don't know anything about it, is because of some national security interest. That's why we don't know about the contracts.
Oh, brother, I wish I went to the university to answer you that question. I can't answer that question. I really can't. Thanks. But you need to join. You need to join the protest, right? 5 minutes only.
No, I'm calling from Canada.
You can do it in Canada too, man. Get your family,
Okay.
get your neighbor, send us a picture, man.
Okay, I think I will. Next Monday or Tuesday, you want this?
Well, Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, beginning this Wednesday, we want 9 o'clock in the morning. Everybody come out of the house, call your neighbor, take a photograph, and talk about this oil contract that is raping Guyana. That's all. 5 minutes only, bro. Thank you. And send
Thank you,
us.
Mr. Lall. You're doing a wonderful service to our country.
You have my number, 624-6456. WhatsApp it.
Okay, good, I will.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to. Just get any neighbor.
That number, they have to WhatsApp it too.
Yeah.
Can you please go ahead and remind of that number?
622, give them 622.
You can also send us that picture on 622-2222. Call good evening to you.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. When you're ready, let me start, but there's what we got to do them. For the make they ain't there for nothing.
Yeah. Well, send me a photo Wednesday, right?
Yeah. I ready video, buddy.
Yes. Get you.
All right, good.
Good, thanks.
624-6456 and 622-2222. Those are the numbers to send your photographs to come Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Call a good evening to you. 9 a.m. All right, those telephone numbers to send your photographs once again. 624-6456, 622-2222, 9 a.m. come this Wednesday, the 2nd day of June, 2021.
Don't forget to take the photographs and send it send it on social media. Demand a renegotiation of ExxonMobil oil contract. We can't live with that. That is digging our grave slowly. Please, please, I beg you. Yes. Good night. Huh?
I gotta get her and do this thing together.
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Good. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You can call the cell phone to 622-2222. Wow. People ain't got credit in their phone.
Caller, good evening to you.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, when you're ready, we're ready, everybody. Yeah, Mr. Glenn, we're ready.
Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock.
Wednesday morning,
just get
9
your neighbor.
o'clock.
Roger, got me here.
All right.
Everybody, don't tell me the whole village already.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Gaff, and send me the photos. All right? Hello? Yes.
This is Mr. Glenn.
Yes, speaking.
Just want to say good night to you and your team, and I must say it's a very good job. Yeah, I believe you are doing so far in
Thank you.
the people concerning what has really been taking place, with the government.
Thank you. Listen what I want you to do. Listen what...
The issue that has been affecting me so far, and I believe that the things that y'all are doing so far, it's very good, and I just want to say thank you very much for enlightening me, because there are so many things that y'all have been saying that I was unaware of. As our government, they have made so many promises, and they haven't, step up to the task as in terms of the promises that they have made. And I just want to say, just keep up the good works. And
Thank you.
I must say, so far, your radio service signal is reaching till as far as Moroka. So just remember that, the Moroka people as well have been hearing what has been going on.
Yes, the radio station is from coast to coast.
We will do our best.
I want Wednesday morning, stand up with your friends, stand up with your neighbors for 5 minutes at 9 o'clock and send me a picture. Let's post it online, let the world see that we mean business. Okay?
All right.
Don't forget.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Yes, bye. Send me the photo. Bye. Yeah,
Here. Caller, good evening to you.
Good evening. I support this program 100%. And that protest, I will be on it.
Send us the photo.
The government overdoing this thing to this country and the people.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Guys, it's not the government alone, please.
Caller, good evening. Good night to you, sir.
I totally agree with you, but one question I would like to ask. Is there any way that the citizen could form a committee to do a procurement committee that we could oversee any contract our government is doing, or any contract that will affect?
Thank you. Tell him send a photo.
Thank you. Send the photo.
All right, thanks.
Caller, good evening to you.
Yeah. Something like that?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Go right ahead, quickly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, right? Everything I'm with this oil contract and stuff. I agree that we've been robbed.
Send us a photo. Send us a photo.
Protest.
Hello?
Send us a photo.
Protest.
All right. Send us a photo of you protesting. Caller, good evening to you.
That's Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Remind them the morning.
So it's Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. to 9:05 p.m. Just 5 minutes of your
right.
precious time. 624-6456, 622-2222. Send us the photos, and we mean business. So let's see what you will do.
The caller asked a question if they can set up a private body to monitor the oil sector. Right? We can't even hold a contract. We don't know nothing what is going on there. So you're forming this body to do what? Your government not telling you nothing, and Exxon is not telling us anything. So what are we doing?
Caller, good evening. The floor is now yours. Quickly. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, sir. The floor is now yours. Quickly.
Yeah, onto the show quickly, man. I want to know I've been paying tax for 20 years. Why if when I want to buy in a vehicle in this country, I got to pay the full amount? And you got people who even sweat a day and they get in duty free.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. That question you gotta ask. That question you gotta ask if and Ali.
Yes, you need to pose some of the questions to our leaders.
Yeah.
Call a good evening to you quickly. Hello. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Lall. I just want to find out something. Don't we have a depletion policy that would...
Can you speak up first, please? Can you speak up first, please?
Yeah. Don't we have a depletion policy that would control the amount of oil these people are pulling up?
If we have a depletion policy to control the amount of oil we're pulling up.
No, we don't. We don't even have a depletion policy. We don't have one.
Thank you so much. Send us your photos. You have a call on the line there?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Yeah, the same people who put it on the procurement thing, right? They gonna get paid too, and not happen. You know, this system, this is like still some guy no go.
We have to. We have.
System is one system.
Sir.
Imagine I'm a young man, right? And everything you're saying is true, but it's a lot of things.
Sir.
A lot of things, man.
Sir.
Where my money involved.
Sir, we have to get the protest going. I want you to send me a photograph with your neighbors or your family protesting Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock in front of your house. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
624-6456-622-2222. Those are the numbers you can send us your photos on. Wednesday at 9 a.m., guys, wherever you are.
Wait, that's how we're doing the protest. We're not going out in the streets for a lock up. They're going to use protest, COVID, for arrest you. Yes. Which it's not healthy anyhow because of COVID. So I would not do that. Right?
Indeed.
You got many ways. You got many other ways. But I'm just beginning with this, every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 9 a.m., just for 5 minutes. Bring out your neighbor, call a friend, and say, hey guys, get out there, stand up, talk about renegotiation, and send the picture. You don't even have to send it to me, just send it online. That I am supporting renegotiation of all this one-sided, lopsided contract.
Caller, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night to you. All right, seem to lost that caller there. Either his credit finished or...
Exactly. Some of them must even have money in the phone.
True, I agree with you. Yeah. So,
guys, I think it's getting late.
Yes, I think so too.
All right? So, let me just tell you guys good night. God bless you and thank you for listening.